ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधेतमस्तमा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। You can repeat. ॐ ब्रह्मदेवानां प्रथमः सम्बभूव
ॐ
ब्रह्मदेवानां
ब्रह्मसम्भूव
विश्वस्य कर्ता भुवनस्य गोप्ता
विश्वस्य कर्ता भुवनस्य गोप्ता
ब्रह्मविद्यां सर्वविद्याप्रतिष्ठाम्
ब्रह्मविद्यां सर्वविद्याप्रतिष्ठाम्
सर्वाय ज्येष्ठपुत्राय प्राह
अथर्वाय
ज्येष्ठपुत्राय प्राह
सर्वणेयां प्रवदेत ब्रह्मा
सर्वणेयां प्रवदेत ब्रह्मा
सर्वाथां पुरोवाचाङ्गिरे ब्रह्मविद्याम्
ब्रह्मविद्याम्
सभारद्वाजाय सत्यवहाय प्राह
भारद्वाजाय सत्यवहाय प्राह
वाजो गिरसे परावराम्
भारद्वाजाङ्गिरसे परावराम्
शौनको ह वै महाशालः
शौनको हवै
महाशालः
गिरसं विधिवदुपसन्नः पप्रच्छ तस्मिन्नु भगवो विज्ञाते सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवति इति तस्मै सहोवाच द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये इति हस्म यद् ब्रह्मविदो वदन्ति परा चैवापरा च तस्मै सः उवाच कः उवाच अंगिरस् तस्मै शौनकाय उवाच शौनका asked a question तस्मिन् भगवो विज्ञाते इति it is a very profound question. Jagat Karanam Kim. That was the meaning of his question. Kasmin Bhagavo Vijnate Sarvamidam Vijnatam Bhavati. The Jagat is Karya. So he wants to know the Karanam. Jagat Karanam Kim. Karana Jnanena Karya Jnanam Bhavati. That Shaunaka knows. Therefore, he is asking for the Karana Jnanam. The Jagat Karanam is Bhagavan, Ishvara. So he is asking about Ishvara. He wants to gain the knowledge of Bhagavan. And probably if Angiras, if he had asked, if he had answered about Bhagavan, then probably Shaunaka would have further asked, what is Jiva Ishvara Sambandha? But that is also implied in this question. Because Jagat, when you say, you are also a part of the Jagat. You are also included in the Jagat. You are not away from Jagat. The questioner also is included in the Jagat. I also being a part of the Jagat as Jiva. So Jagat, Jiva. In the Jagat, Jiva is also included. Karanam Kim, Ishvara. So Bhagavan is a Karanam for everything, cause for everything. Therefore, his question is, what is a Jagat Karanam? Who is a Jagat Karanam? His question is about God, Ishvara. And to Shonaka, Angiras, he answers, Tasmai Saha Vacha. His question was, knowing which everything can be known, as well known. But Angiras answered, Dve vidye veritavye itihasma brahmavidaha vadanti paracha aparacha iti. Angiras, he introduces the topic, the subject matter beautifully, saying that two types of knowledge, paravidya, aparavidya. There are different ways we can introduce the subject matter of Vedanta. Every teacher has its unique way, every Upanishad has its unique way of introducing the subject matter of Vedanta. Here, the teacher introduces saying that two types of knowledge. The two types of vidya. Vidya means knowledge. One is paravidya, other one is aparavidya. Dve vidye veditavye. Sampadayitavye. Two vidyas have to be known. Itihasma. And Angiras says, this is not what I am saying. This is Brahmavidaha vadanti. This is Brahmavidaha. Brahma is Veda. Vedavidaha, the one who knows Veda, the one who knows Brahma. Brahmavidaha, Brahmaveti. Iti Brahmavit. Brahmaveti iti Brahmavit. Brahmavidaha, the knowers of Brahma, the Veda, vadanti, they say. It means Purvacharyas. My Purvacharyas, from whom I have learned, that is starting from Brahmaji onwards, it is they tell. What I tell is what they tell. It is not my discovery. They tell there are two types of knowledge. Paracha, aparacha. Iti Brahmavidaha vadanti. So, therefore, two types of knowledge, two forms of knowledge. Two forms of knowledge to be known. Iti Brahmavidaha vadanti. Ha and sma. Ha and sma, these are the particles of Vya. These particles is for the Nischayarte. Nischayartakau, Nipato, Ha sma iti. Dve, that is, means two. Vidye, vidye, that is two. Pratama vibhakti dvivachanam. So, dvi sanyake vidye, the vidya which is shown up, which Angiras is going to elaborate. Vakshamana lakshane veditavye. Kena kaihi mumukshubhihi. Mumukshubhihi sampadaniya iti hasma, this nipata, avyayas, in the sense of nischaya, for sure, the sense of definite. Hasma, this avyayas are used by the Upanishads. Two vidyas should be known, should be gained by the mumukshus. By the mumukshus. And who says this? Purvacharya, Brahmavidaha. Brahmavidaha is Vedartha Vidaha, Veda Vidaha. De vadanti, katayanti. Dve vidye veditavye iti. This vidya, two vidya. One is, what are those two vidya? One is paravidya. One is paravidya. Other one is aparavidya. Two disciplines of knowledge, two types of knowledge, twofold knowledge, paravidya and aparavidya. He just mentions the name. What is para and what is apara. Shaunaka's question was, knowing which everything else can be known. So, knowing one thing, everything can be known. Therefore, there must be a thing knowing which everything can be known. So Angiras must have answered the question specifically, but it says it starts the topic from two disciplines of knowledge, Paravidya, Apravidya iti. So Apravidya are many. Paravidya must be one. Para, apara. Para, and to that word you add the negative particle, a becomes apara, opposite. Para, apara, like dharma, adharma. Kshara, akshara. Para, apara. Paravidya, aparavidya. So, paravidya is that what Shonaka asked. The teacher also introduces what is apara also. Why? Because sometimes the aparavidya can be mistaken for paravidya. Therefore, to clear the wrong understanding, the misapprehension, aparavidya also should be talked about. Aparavidya also should be talked about. Gaining aparavidya, everything else cannot be known because aparavidyas are many. Paravidya is only one. Knowing that, everything else can be known. Whereas aparavidyas are many. Aparavidyas are many. Knowing aparavidya, not everything can be known. Only that particular field of knowledge can be known. But aparavidya also plays a certain role in gaining this paravidya. The whole Veda, which consists of the karma, the upasana, all the rituals and meditations, all these are aparavidya. All these are aparavidya. Not only Veda, any field of knowledge, any field of science, or any field of knowledge, everything comes under aparavidya. Whatever knowledge you have about the thing of the world, aparavidya. Knowing that you know only that particular thing, that also not completely. Always there is an area of ignorance. Because a thing cannot be known completely. That is all the thing is. It opens up a huge scope for further study, for further investigation. Therefore, no study is complete. But there is only one vidya which is complete. So, paravidya is complete. Aparavidya, it is not complete and it has no limits. Aparavidyas are many. Therefore, no limit for aparavidya. And there is paravidya which is complete, which is a total knowledge, the whole knowledge. So, if you want to know the Jagat Karanam, if you go after aparavidya, which has no limits, unlimited, which is just so many. If you pursue aparavidya, can you gain the Jagat Karanam? Not possible, because aparavidyas are many. Whereas paravidya, which is a complete knowledge, knowing which is the karanam, knowing which all the karyams, the products, can be known. Therefore, what is paravidya and what is aparavidya? Both should be known. Aparavidya should not be mistaken for paravidya. Having done a PhD in a particular branch of knowledge, people may think that I know everything. Nobody can know everything. Even in that particular field of knowledge, it is not possible. That particular field of knowledge, there will be a scope for further investigation, further study. Therefore, no study is complete. That knowledge is complete. where there is no scope of ignorance. That is Paravidya. This was indicated. This was indicated very subtly in the very first mantra itself. The first mantra of this Upanishad. Sarva Vidya Pratishta. Sarva Vidya. All knowledge, all disciplines of knowledge. It is the basis for all the disciplines of knowledge, which Paravidya. And Shaunaka, having been a Grihastha, he has done a lot of karma, upasana, is a Mahashalaha. So he has followed the karma prescribed by the Vedas, the Karma Kanda portion. Therefore, he knows the Aparavidya very well. And the last part of the Veda, which is Vedanta, which is also Aparavidya only, from the standpoint of taking it as a collection of words, sentences. But what that knowledge, what that Vedanta talks, that knowledge is Paravidya. The whole Veda is Aparavidya, from the standpoint of looking upon it as a collection of words. But what the knowledge, the Vedanta, the last portion of the Veda gives, gaining that knowledge, everything is known. That is Paravidya. So therefore, why the teacher Angiras? It is first he starts with Paravidya, because there may be some wrong notion a listener, a student may have. Therefore, it has to be dismissed. So Aparavidya is not that Vidya, knowing which everything can be known. So that should be clear. So that any amount of the study of Aparavidya, will not make a person a knower of Brahman. Brahma Vidya is the ultimate knowledge, gaining which everything can be known. Therefore, even if you are specialized in any particular knowledge, still you will have the humility. You will humbly say that I know only this much. Lot of things yet to be known. Aparavidya makes you humble. Only when you are humble enough to study further, then only you can go to Paravidya. Therefore, Aparavidya will not give you the knowledge of everything. Knowledge of everything is moksha. Knowledge of everything is moksha. Then what is the use of this Aparavidya? Will not give me Sarva Jnanam, Sarva Vijnanam. It doesn't give. Then what is the use of Aparavidya? Aparavidya, it is useful for Chitta Shuddhi. Aparavidya, it's useful for Chitta Shuddhi. So Chitta Shuddhi is required for Paravidya. Therefore, Aparavidya also has to be introduced. Before talking about Paravidya, Aparavidya also has to be talked about, because it gives Chitta Shuddhi. From the context of this Veda, the study of Vedas involves the study of other Angas, Vedangas. The study of Vedangas, which the Angiras Acharya himself will describe later in the next shloka. The study of Vedangas, the study of Veda, all these are helpful to gain Chitta Shuddhi. So Chitta Shuddhaye Aparavidya. Not for moksha. For moksha, it is only Vastu Jnanam, that is Paravidya. Therefore, to clearly understand what Aparavidya, to clearly distinguish Paravidya from Aparavidya, both have to be talked about. And Karmakanda portion of the Veda, we can say, talks about Aparavidya. And Jnanakanda portion of the Veda gives the knowledge of Paravidya. Even though the whole Veda when look from the standpoint of the Shabda Rashi, they are Apara Vidya only, but the subject matter of Karma Kanda is Apara Vidya, the subject matter of Vedanta is Paravidya. The two subject matter. Therefore, it is the whole Veda is looked upon two Shastram, Dvishastram, Dvishastram, not single Shastram, because the topics are different. Karmakanda portion gives Chitta Shuddhi. When Chitta Shuddhi is there, then one can further study Vedanta. To study Vedanta, we need Apara-Vidya. Therefore, there is a connection. So, the teacher's response to the Shaunaka's question, it is not without any connection. It has a connection. So, therefore, Angiras unfolds the subject matter by giving the introduction to the Vedanta, saying that there are two types of knowledge, Paravidya, Aparavidya, iti. So we have to understand why the Angiras starts from Paravidya, Aparavidya iti. That is not the question. What is the connection? This will be asked by the Purvapakshi itself. The Bhashyam we will see. And for that, Bhashyakara will beautifully answer. So now, about this mantra, I explained this mantra, the meaning of this mantra, the previous class. Now we will continue with the Bhashyam. Tasmai Shaunakaya Angiraha Ha Kila Uvacha Tasmai Angiraya. Tasmai is Chaturthi Bhakti. Sampradane Chaturthi. The recipient of the object of action. Here the action is teaching. And the object is knowledge. Goes to whom? To Shaunaka. He is a Shishya. So Tasmai refers to Shaunaka. Tasmai is Sarvanama. Pronoun referring to Shaunaka. Shaunakaya to Shaunaka. Shaunakaya Uvacha. Kaha Angiraha. Angiraha is not Bhagavachanam. It is Sakaranta Shabda. It is like Vedas Shabda. Vedhaha, Vedasau, Vedasaha. Angiraha, Angirasau, Angirasaha. So Angiraha is Ekavachanam only. Sakaranta Shabda. Not like Rama Shabda. Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Angiraha, Angiro, Angiraha. Not many Angiras, only one Angira. The Acharya. So it is different Shabda. Pratipadikam is different. Angiraha, Uvacha. Uvacha is lit lakara. Vach dhatu. Uvacha. Told. So Angira told Shaunaka. Ha kila. Indeed. So to Shaunaka, Angiras told. What did he say? Kim iti uchyate.
Kim
Kim iti uchyate. Kim means Kim uvacha. Kim uvacha iti prashnaha chet uchyate. If he asks, what did he teach? Kim prashnaha. Kim uvacha. What did he say? Kim uvacha iti prashnaha chet. If that is a question, for that uchyate, it is said, what? Dve vidye veditavye. Iti evam hasma kila. Dve vidye veditavye. See, when you unmute the mic, make sure there is no background noise. Kim uvacha iti uchyate. What did he say? That is being said. Kim uvacha iti prashnaha chet Uchyate, that is being said. What? Dve vidye, two types of knowledge, two kinds of knowledge. Veditavye should be gained, should be known. Iti, thus, evam, thus, iti is equal to evam. Hasma, hasma is replaced by the word killer. Bhashyakara says killer. Killer, that is referring to what had happened. Hasma, killer. Killer, that is sma refers to what had happened. And ha is equal to killer, indeed. So hasma, which is what had happened, that is what was told. What was told. Iti, what was told? Dve vidya, two vidya. Yat brahma vidaha.
Yad Brahmavidah
Brahmavidah
Vedhartha vigyaha.
Vedartha
Paramartha darshinaha vadanti.
Paramartha-darshinaha vadanti.
Ke vadanti? Paramartha darshinaha vadanti. Paramartha darshinaha. Upanishad used the word Brahmavidaha. Brahma veti iti Brahmavit, the knowers of Brahma. Brahma is Veda. So Veda Vidaha, you can say Veda Vidaha. Bhashyakara says Vedartha Vignaha. Vedartha Vignaha. Vedartha is Vedasya Artha Vedarthaha. Vedasya Arthaha. Vedarthaha. And this Vedartha is Abhitaha Jananti. Abhitaha Jananti Abhignaha. Vedartham Abhignaha. Abhitaha Jananti. Te Vedartha Vignaha. That is, those who know the Artha, the meaning, the content of the Vedas. Abhitaha, completely. There is nothing they don't know. So that is Brahmavidaha. Brahmavidaha is equal to Vedartha Vignaha. Vedartham Abhitaha Jananti Te Vedartha Vignaha. And one more word Bhashyakara says. Paramartha Darshinaha. Paramartha Darshinaha. Paramartha, two words are there. Paramartha Darshinaha, three words. Paramascha asau. Arthascha Paramarthaha. That is moksha, freedom. Paramartha, Paramapurushartha. Or Ishvara, the knowledge of Ishvara. Paramascha asau arthascha Paramarthaha. Paramartham drashtum shilam yasya. Saha Paramartha Darshinaha. Those who are have this ability to see the Paramartha. Paramartha, that is Brahma. Those who have the ability to see the vision of the Veda. Brahma, they are Paramartha Darshinaha. Drashtum Shilam, who has the ability, the capacity to know the Paramartha. That is what the Veda reveals. So they that is Paramartha Darshinaha vadanti. Yat Paramartha Darshinaha vadanti, that is that is what is told by them. Yat Paramartha Darshinaha vadanti. Yat is the knowers of Brahma, that is Brahma Vidaha, that is those who know the content of the Veda, those who know the Paramartha, the Paramartha, the Bhagavan, Ishvara, the ultimate reality, Vadanti. They talk of those Yat is refers to those two Vidyas. Yat Vadanti. Yat refers to those two Vidyas. Those two Vidya, that is Paravidya, Aparavidya, Yat Vadanti. Then the next line. The two Vidyas now it is clarified. The Bhashyakara. Kete iti aha
Iti aha
Aha
paracha
Paracha
Paramatma Vidya
Paramatma
Vidya
Vidya
Aparacha
Aparacha
Paracha
Dharma Dharma Sadhana Tatphala Vishaya.
Dharma Dharma Sadhana
Vishaya.
Vishaya.
So the knowledge, two disciplines of knowledge, Kashikara says, explains that. Upanishad says Paravidya, Paravidya. What are those two Vidya? Kete. Kete, we know it very well. In Sanskrit class we practice this. Kete. K refers to those two Vidya. Vidya, Vidya. Therefore, Kake. Trilinga. Similarly, Sate. Kete, what are those two? Iti aha. It is said. Paracha. Paracha, Aparacha. What is Para? Para is Paramatma Vidya. Paramatma Vidya Para. Dharma, Adharma, Sadhana, Tatpala Vishaya, Apara. These are the Veditavye, Dve Vidye, Veditavye. Para Vidya. Para Vidya. Para Vidya, you can, Para Vidya, it can be two separate words, or Para Vidya, you can make into one word also. If you make into one word, it's a compound. Paravidya, when you say, it is Parasya Vidya, Paravidya. Parasya Vidya, Paravidya. Similarly, Aparasya Vidya, Aparavidya. So Paravidya, Aparavidya as a compound, or separately as Vestapadam. If you want to say Paravidya, Aparavidya. Paravidya, Aparavidya iti. So Parasya Vidya, Paravidya. Brahmana Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Karmani Shashti. The object of knowledge is Brahma. The object of knowledge is Para, which is Brahma. Therefore, Karmani Shashti. So, Paramatma Vidya. Paramascha Aso Atmascha Paramatma. Paramatmanaha Vidya, Paramatma Vidya. So, Paramatmanaha Karmani Shashti. Paramatma is Ishvara. So, Paramatma Vidya is the knowledge of the ultimate thing, that is Bhagavan, Ishvara. Knowledge of the ultimate reality. Paramatma. Paramatma Vidya. Atma Vidya. Paramatma is Atma. Atma Vidya. What is Apara Vidya? Dharma, Adharma, Sadhana, Tatpala Vishaya. Vishaya, Strilinga. Vishaya is Visheshana. Therefore, here it qualifies. Apara, which is Strilinga. Therefore, Vishaya. Dharma, Adharma. What is Dharma, Adharma? Dharma is Punyam. Adharma is Papam. Or we can take Dharma, Adharma. Dharma meaning Karma. So Dharma Karya is conducive for Punyam. Adharma Karya conducive for Papam. So Dharma, taking Dharma as Karma, the results of that will be Papa Punya, which is also referred by the word Dharma, Adharma. Both the cause as well as the product referred by the same word. Dharma meaning Karma, which is the cause for the results in the form of Papa and Punya. So for both, we can use the word Dharma. So here we can take the meaning as Dharma, Adharma, Sadhana. Sadhana means means. So the means for Dharma, Adharma. Means for Dharma, Adharma. So Dharma, Adharma, Sadhana, Tat Phala Vishaya. So dealing with Dharma and Adharma. And it's the result. The result of Dharma, Adharma is Papa and Punya. So Dharma, Adharma, Tatpala Vishaya. Tatpala is result. Tatpala Vishaya. So Aparavidya is that which deals with Dharma, Adharma, which is a sadhana, as well as the end, the sadhana palam. So aparavidya is that which deals with the means as well as the end, which deals with dharma vishaya, adharma vishaya as a means as well as the ends of that. So what is that then? Dharma, adharma. Which part of the Veda talks about dharma, adharma? The first part of the Veda, Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda deals with dharma, dharma, talks about dharma. Dharma also must be known. What is adharma? But that also must be known. That is why Athato Dharma Jignasa. The Jaimini Sutra, Purva Mimamsa starts with that. Athato Dharma Jignasa. As we have Athato Brahma Jignasa, Brahma Sutra, there also we have Athato Dharma Jignasa. Dharma should be inquired upon. What is Dharma? Should be inquired upon. Not only Dharma, the same sutra, it yields itself for another interpretation. Athato Adharma Jignasa. What is Adharma also must be known. So the subject matter of the Karma Kanda, the first part of the Veda is Dharma Dharma Vishaya. That Dharma Dharma Sadhanam Tatpal Vishaya. That deals with the first part of the Veda, deals with this. Now, Paravidya, Aparavidya is described. Paravidya is Paramatma Vidya, Paramatmana Vidya, Paravidya. Dharma Sadhana Tatpala Vishaya Vidya, Aparavidya iti, Paravidya, Aparavidya, clarified by Bhashyakara. Now, Purva Pakshi raises an objection, Akshepa. What will be the Akshepa? The question of Shaunaka was different, and the answer of Angiras was different. How are you going to reconcile the answer of Angiras with the question of Shaunaka? That is the objection raised by the Purva Pakshi. So Purva Pakshi says, Nanu Kasmin Vidite
Tasmin vidite
Sarvavid Bhavati iti
sarvavid
Sarvavid
bhavati
bhavati iti
Shaunakena Prishtam
Shaunakena
prishtam
Tasmin Vaktavye
tasmin
Tasmin
vaktavye
Aprishtam Aha
apristam
Angiraha
angiraha
Dve Vidye Ityadina.
Dve vidye ityadina.
Purva Pakshi raises an objection. Nanu. Nanu means Purva Pakshi. The words of Purva Pakshi starts with Nanu. Kasmin vidite sarvavit bhavati. Sarvavit. Sarvam veti iti sarvavit. No, sarvavit with means to know. Sarvam, everything. The knower of everything. Knowing one thing, the person knows everything. That is a question. What is that? That is a question asked by Shaunaka. So, Tasmin vidite sati, sati saptami. Knowing which, knowing that one, which one? Kasmin vidite, knowing which one becomes the knower of everything. Sarvavit. Sarvavit bhavati iti Shaunakena prishtam. Iti Shaunakena prishtam. Asked by Shaunaka. The question was very clear. Shaunaka asked, which thing, knowing, having known that, Sarvavit Bhavati, one becomes the knower of everything. So, that has to be answered. Tasmin Vaktavya Sati. When that Tasmin, when that one thing, Tasmin, when that one thing what he asked, knowing which everything is known, that one thing, Tasmin Vaktavya, that one thing is to be told. Angiraha Aprishtam Aha. Angiraha Aha, told. What? Aprishtam, that which was not asked. Angiraha, the teacher, it tells what was not asked by Shaunaka. Shaunaka question was Kasmin Vidite. But Angiras did not answer that question particularly. Aprishtam Aha. Aprishtam is that which was not asked. What was not asked? Aprishtam. Prishta is ta pratyaya, referring to the question. The question which was not asked is replied by Angiras. Shaunaka did not ask how many vidyas are there. He did not ask. If you ask how many, then you can say dve vidye, paracha, aparacha. Question and answer, they seem to tally. But here, that is not the situation here. Question was different, answer was different. I ask something, you tell something. How are you going to reconcile this? This is not the correct. What Angiras replied is not correct. This is the Purvapakshi's objection. For that, Bhashyakara gives the Samadhan. Samadhanam is the reply, which will specify the Purvapakshi. Naisha doshaha
नैषदोषः
दोषः
kramapekshatvat prativachanasya.
क्रमापेक्षात्
प्रतिवचनस्य
This is the sampradaya, this is the compassion what the teacher has. Teacher understands the question of the Shishya. Therefore, the teacher starts, it covers many topics. It covers many topics which will give a total knowledge about the thing, and the doubt of Shishya will go away. So there is a particular way of answering that in that way, all the wrong notions or the ajnanam, everything goes away. The Shishya will get the clear knowledge. That is how the Sampradaya presents the subject matter. So here, the answer, that is the Prativachanam of Angiras. The Prativachanam of Angiras is not a defect. Na eshaha doshaha. This is not a defect. Why it is not a defect? Because krama pekshatvat. Krama means order. Whereas krama is order. There is an apeksha, there is an expectancy of a particular order. The answer should be in particular order. That will dismiss the doubts of the students. Otherwise, a question is asked, answer is given. And again, another question will come, another answer. That way also it can be answered. But the teacher understands the student, therefore his answer is complete, the total, so that it dismisses it once for all, dismisses the wrong idea or wrong notion or the ajnanam of the shishya. So therefore, krama apekshatvat. Kramasya apeksha asya asti. Tasya bhavaha kramapekshatvat. Prativachanasya. Prativachana is the answer. The answer is kramapekshatvat. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Guruji. Yes.
Okay.
Guruji.
So, kramapekshatvat prativachanasya. He didn't say anything after that. I understood the power is off. So, kramapekshatvat prativachanasya. So, Angiras has given answer. Angiras has answered Shaunaka's question. Paravidya. Knowing what everything can be known, paravidya. Then why should he mention aparavidya? The addition of another word, apravidya, that is the the cause for the Purvapakshi's objection. What he asked was Paravidya, Karana Vidya, Akshara Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Then only Paravidya I should have mentioned. Why Aparavidya? Therefore the objection. So for that, the answer is why he introduces Aparavidya also. Because Aparavidya cannot make a person serve with Aparavidya cannot make a person serve with the all knowledge. Aparavidya is required for Chitta Shuddhi. Aparavidya, that is Karma Kanda portion of the Veda, it is for doing for the observance of karma to gain Chitta Shuddhi and for Chitta Naishalya through Upasana. So, since Chitta Shuddhi and Chitta Naishalyam is required for the pursuit of Vedanta, therefore, Aparavidya. Aparavidya cannot make you Sarvabhitu. So, therefore, Aparavidya, but Aparavidya is required. You cannot dismiss Aparavidya because it prepares a person. Therefore, it is mentioned. Aparavidya also is mentioned by the teacher, Angiras. Another reason why Aparavidya is mentioned, it gives you the right understanding. That is, Aparavidya cannot make you Sarvabhitu. Aparavidya cannot give you the fulfillment or the status of being all-knowing. It cannot give you. Therefore, you cannot stop it only Veda Purva Bhaga. Veda Purva Bhaga, following the Veda Purva Bhaga, doing karma, doing Nitya karma, Sandhya Mandaramadi karma, all this karma, Agnihotrati karma gives you a certain mindset, maturity. And that karma now will give you karma palam in the form of the sukham which is enjoyable in this world or other world, or if you are matured, you can go to Vedanta and pursue Paravidya. Aparavidya, it gives moksha. There are some contentions. Some people, some matas, there are some matas which say Aparavidya will give moksha. There are some matas, there are some darshanas are there. Aparavidya gives moksha. And therefore, if you have the pre-notion that Aparavidya is a means for moksha, that also has to be knocked off. Therefore, the teacher gives the total picture of what Aparavidya is. This karmata, this jnana karma samuchayavadi, they argue that karma is also required for gaining moksha. With jnanam, karma sagita jnanena moksha iti, this jnana karma samuchayavadi, they argue. So, karma is what? Aparavidya. So, they give importance to Aparavidya. That also has to be knocked off. Aparavidya is not for moksha. Paravidya alone for moksha. Aparavidya is an indirect means for moksha. It gives a preparedness for the person to pursue Paravidya, and Paravidya alone gives moksha. Therefore, to give a total knowledge, Paravidya also has to be talked of. That is why the Angiras, he discusses. He says Aparavidya also. Otherwise, he need not have used the word Aparavidya. Therefore, krama apekshatvam asti. So, the answer of Angiras to Shaunaka's question, it has a krama apekshatvam. There is an order. Order is in what? Therefore, it is valid only. Therefore, you cannot say it is a dosha. Therefore, naisha dosha, this is not a defect. Because there is an expectancy of an order in the answer. Therefore, Angiras also introduces Aparavidya. Iti Bhashyakara gives a samadhanam. And further, he continues. Aparahi vidya
Aparahi
Parahi
vidya.
vidya.
Avidya.
Avidya.
Simple statement. Aparavidya is avidya. Aparavidya is avidya. Sa nirakartavya.
Nirakartavya.
Very clear. Aparavidya is not vidya. It is avidya. Aparavidya cannot give you moksha. Aparavidya is only avidya. It will perpetuate the samsara, perpetuate ignorance. It cannot give you moksha. Aparavidya is a kartrutvam will be there, bhoktrutvam will be there, jivatvam will be there, will be a same samsari. Aparavidya cannot make you sabhavit. You are samsari. How can it make you sabhavit? The knowledge of any particular field of knowledge cannot make you the knower of everything. Cannot give you moksha. Therefore, it is avidya alone. Avidya eva. Therefore, sa nirakartavya. It has to be dismissed. It has to be given up. Nirakartavya. It should be negated. Nirakartavya. Therefore, Angiras introduced aparavidya also. Because you should know what to accept, what to dismiss. Therefore, aparavidya also has to be mentioned. So his answer is proper only. Iti Bhashyakara substantiates. Tad vishayehi vidite na kinchit tattvataha
Kinchit tattvatah
viditam syat iti.
viditam syat iti.
Tad vishaye vidite sati. Tad vishaye, what vishaya? Aparavidya. Tad vishaye vidite na kinchit na tattvataha viditam na syat iti. Aparavidya. Aparavidya already we saw. Dharma dharma sadhana tatpala vishaya vidya. Aparavidya, which is avidya. Which is avidya. Karma is also referred, sometimes karma is also referred by the word avidya. Upasana also referred by the word avidya. By the Shastram, karma and upasana, in some places, they use the word avidya. So whether you follow karma or do upasana, it is considered to be avidya only. Because kartrutvam will be there, bhoktrutvam will be there, jivatvam will not go when you pursue karma, when you do karma or when you do upasana, it will be there. Therefore, it is considered to be aparavidya only. It is dharma, adharma, sadhana, tatpala, vishaya vidya. It is avidya alone. Therefore, tad vishayehi vidite. What vishaya? Aparavidya. When you know the aparavidya, when aparavidya is known, tattvataha viditam na kinchit syat. Nothing in reality would be known. Tattvataha, in reality. Na kinchit viditam. Nothing is known in reality. Knowing aparavidya, you will continue to be an ignorant person. Nothing is really known. It will not remove the ajnanam, the basic ajnanam, what a jiva has with regard to oneself and this jagat and Ishvara, that will not go away. Only when ajnanam goes away, samsara will go away. You will become a muktaha. Ajnanam, it will not remove ajnanam. When it cannot remove ajnanam, what is done? It is avidya alone. It is avidya alone. Since it cannot remove the ajnanam, therefore, aparavidya is avidya alone. So, avidya rupa aparavidya, nirakartavya. It should be negated. So, any amount of aparavidya cannot give you moksha. That has to be made clear. That is why Giras answers, including aparavidya also, he includes in his answer and he replies. So, aparavidya, any vidya which involves karma and upasana, or any field of knowledge, in the modern language, any field of science or biology or any knowledge you take, it is any particular field of knowledge, discipline knowledge, it is aparavidya alone. And for that aparavidya also, there is a basis, that is paravidya. Sarvavidya pratishtam paravidya. Only that paravidya alone can make a person free, can remove the ajnanam completely. Whereas aparavidya, it will perpetuate ajnanam. It will perpetuate ajnanam. You will continue to be a karta. You will continue to be a bhokta. And this dvaitam will continue. Dvaita bhava will continue. Dvaitam cannot go. So apara vidya is dvaita vidya, para vidya is advaita vidya. Advaita is that understanding there is, I'm not separate from Bhagavan Ishvara, who is Jagat Karanam. Therefore Jagat Karanam Brahma Agam Asmi, that knowledge is para vidya. That knowledge apara vidya cannot give. Apara vidya will continue to put me in samsara. I mean, put you in samsara, reinstating the idea that aham jivaha iti. So therefore, it is avidya alone. Therefore, nirakartavya iti Vashyakara says. Then the Vashyakara also says must be an order. You must follow an order when you teach. In communication, a certain order must be followed. What is that order? Nirakritya hi
निराकृत्य हि
पूर्वपक्षं पश्चात् सिद्धान्तः
पूर्वपक्षं
पश्चात्
पश्चात्
सिद्धान्तः
सिद्धान्तः
वक्तव्यः भवति इति न्यायात्.
वक्तव्यः भवति न्यायात्
Nyaya means it's a logic rule, general rule. Nyaya, that's a rule, established rule is that. What is that? Nirakritya, Purvapaksham Nirakritya. Purvapaksham Nirakritya, Paschat Siddhantaha Vaktavyaha. First, you have to negate the Purvapaksham, opposite views. First, you have to negate the opposite views. Remove the wrong notions. Then only you have to give the Siddhanta. Siddhanta is the conclusion. So, Nirakritya, having negated Purvapaksham, the opposite views, opposite mata, Paschat, later, after having done this, later, Siddhantaha Vaktavyaha. Siddhanta is the conclusion. The final conclusion must be told, Vaktavyaha iti. So, Aparavidya must be negated. Aparavidya should be negated. Therefore, Aparavidya is negated first, and then the Siddhanta, the Paravidya is told for moksha. Aparavidya cannot be the means for moksha. Even if it combined with Paravidya, it cannot be the means for moksha. That has to be negated first, because there were some conclusions in those times. That is jnana, karma sagita jnanena mokshaha iti. Those such conclusions were there. That has to be negated. So to establish our Siddhanta, all the other views have to be dismissed. This is what Bhashyakara does in Brahma Sutra. The study of Brahma Sutra is this, not only giving the vision of the Shastram, but also the Purvapakshi to be negated. Purvapakshi to be negated. And that is called Mananam also. Mananam is, we may have some doubts with regard to this knowledge. The doubts have to be removed. And otherwise the knowledge will not be, the knowledge will not happen. It will be a doubtful knowledge. So the doubts have to be removed. How do you remove the doubts? By asking question and removing all the wrong conclusions. But asking question from the side of Purvapakshi and answering that and removing that, that is a method. That is a method adopted by the Sampradaya. So, logical answer. Logically answering the Purvapakshi and dismissing their views. So once you remove logically, so naturally you will move towards the Siddhanta. That is the approach of the Sampradaya. We cannot establish Paravidya logically. Paravidya cannot be established logically, but dismissal of Aparavidya can make you move towards Paravidya. That is what the Nyaya does. Therefore, having dismissed Purvapakshi, then the Siddhanta should be told. That is the general rule. Therefore, the answer of Shaunaka is proper only. There is no defect in this. Iti Bhashyakara gives a samadhana. With this we stop. The next mantra we will see. We will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ